Hi, this is Dorarena with Tuesday Tea Time. We're going live today, yes. And I just wanted to share with you today how Women of Wisdom got started, which led up to Tea Time with Dorarena, okay? So I welcome you today. I'm trying out a new tea, organic chamomile infusion. My son and my daughter-in-law bought that for me for Mother's Day. And so I still have Mother's Day gifts coming in. And so I didn't really want to say a whole lot about the gifts I got from which kid, you know how that go. But I'm doing the tea that they blessed me with, so I thought I'd better go ahead and say something about it. Hi, Sharon. Welcome. We're doing tea time today. It's late, I know. So I want to welcome everybody here, and I want to share with you my heart about how Women of Wisdom got started. Again, like I said, which led up to Tea Time with Dorarena. And one of the things I want to share with you too, I have this discovery page on my website, which is Women of Wisdom Inc.org. And if you go on that page, you'll see it says Discovering You, and you can take a test and it'll give you positive descriptions of your personality. And so I took that test myself, and I want to share with you my top 5, okay? So you get there's like 24 of them, and I'm going to share with you my top 5, and I'm going to share with you my number 24, which you're probably, those that know me, you're going to be surprised of what number 24 is. Okay, so my top 5 is honesty is number 1. The second one is spirituality. The third one is perseverance. Number 4 is gratitude. And number 5 is creativity, okay? And so it's so funny to me that number 24, oh my goodness, is humor. Can you believe that? Number 24 is humor. And now, I've said this once before that, you know, when I was growing up and stuff like that, I wasn't really the type of person that, you know, laughed a lot and all this kind of stuff. I like comedy and stuff like that, but you know, seeing women laughing a lot, you know, to me they were just like silly women, you know what I mean? And so I'm thinking to myself, well, I ain't gonna never be like that. Well, guess what? I laugh a lot, and I enjoy laughing a lot. And so you can see where you know, as you grow older, you know, you change, you know, and you should change. And you should change for the better. And laughter is good like a medicine, okay? Laughter is good for us. And I shared that in one of the previous tea times we did. And so, hey, Jeanette, that's my daughter-in-law. And so what I want to share with you today, especially because my number 1 personality test came out to be honesty, is that how Women of Wisdom got started. And so long ago, I have this, well, we all have this saying of our own. Mine's is wow. You know, I always say, wow, wow this, wow that. And I thought, oh, wouldn't it be nice to have an acronym, you know, because back then I was doing women's ministry. And I thought, okay, what could I do with that? And I was talking to God about it. And he gave me Women of Wisdom. And I thought, ooh, that sounds good. I like that. Now, I have to share with you this. You know, when long ago when it came to me to do this, wow, I mean, we talking over 15, 20 years ago, you know, I went through a transformation from the caterpillar to the butterfly thing, and I will share that with you at another time, but I don't want to share that with you right now. But because of what I want to encourage people today to follow your dream. Follow your dream. Whatever is in your heart to do, follow what's in your heart to do and do it. You know, there's going to be a little apprehension stepping into anything that you're unfamiliar with, but you will feel so much better in your heart because you're doing what you know to do. I was waiting on you, Elsa, because I was going to say, see, Elsa's the one that encouraged me to go live. And she like, you can do it. And so here I am, Elsa. Thank you for the encouragement. And so I want to share with you, when I first thought about Women of Wisdom and, being over the women's ministry, I thought, gee, wow, would be a good, thing for the Women of Wisdom. And that would be God's Women of Wisdom. And I thought, oh, yeah, I like that. But the Lord told me, he said, no, I don't want you to put, my name on it. He said, because I don't want anyone to feel excluded from Women of Wisdom. And I got good news for you because, okay, I'm a Christian. I can't help but talk about God, okay? But Women of Wisdom, I'm not here to force the gospel on anybody or anything like that. I'm here to help you gain wisdom and confidence and follow your dream in life, okay? And so that's what I'm here for. But I am so excited because I was just talking to the Lord about all of this. And it's so in my heart to do something for not all women. It's in my heart to do something for all women, but it's also in my heart to do something for the women, of God. And so I get to do God's Women of Wisdom for the spiritual women. And so God told me that I could do that. So I'm so excited about that. And so anyway, let me tell you how Women of Wisdom got started, okay? Okay, after I got the acronym, wow, Women of Wisdom, all these years passed by, and I had a girlfriend that lived in Arizona, and she called me one day and she said, she said, I've been thinking about you. You need to do something about this Women of Wisdom thing. And I was like, yeah, I've been thinking about it too. And so I said, okay, well, God, what do you want me to do? And so I had this dream. I literally had a dream while I was asleep. And in this dream, I was in this room and there was like 3 cats hanging around me or whatever. And I kept hearing this voice coming from somewhere. I didn't know where it was coming from. And I'm like, you know how kooky dreams can be. So I'm thinking, was one of these cats talking to me or what's going on? You know what I mean? And so there was this weird cat that was blue. I mean, he was red and white stripe. I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is really weird. And so I heard this voice and I, looked at the cat. It wasn't the cat. And I'm like, okay, well, where is this voice coming from? Okay, so then I saw this hallway to my left, And so I went down this hallway. It was real narrow. Only one person can fit through the hallway. It was like about 6 to 3 feet long. I went down the hallway and there was a smaller room. Okay, so I'm like, okay, what's going on? Okay, so then over to my right, I saw this big doorway. And I didn't go in. I just looked in it. And I saw this woman from afar, and she looked like my stepmom. And I thought, oh, this is really weird because, you know, she done passed away. This can't be right. Well, when she came up on me real suddenly, real vigorously like and everything. And I was just kind of like, whoa, okay, wait, you know. And she's saying, you got to go out west, you got to go out beyond, you know. Hi, Veronica. And she said, you got to go out west, you got to go out beyond. And she was saying some other stuff. And I'm baffled because of the way she just coming at me. And I didn't even get everything that she was saying. So after she said that, there was this another woman that walked up. And she had this sash over her, and it was her and another younger woman. And I thought to myself, well, look like they hiding something, you know. So I was like, I don't know about that. And the woman came back. She said, yeah, they're hiding something. And I told her, I said, well, hey, wait a minute. I said, can you repeat to me what you said? I said, I didn't get everything you said to me. And she said, well, no. She said, you got to go to God. You got to get it from him. And I said, well, okay. I said, so I'm still in my dream. And I said, okay, God, what is this all about? And he said to me, he said, you are established. And I said, I'm established. I'm like, what does that mean? I said, are you establishing me? I got to establish myself. I said, what are you saying to me? And he said, I have established you, and it's time for you to start Women of Wisdom. And I said, okay. And he said, I want it to be a non-profit organization. And I was like, no, God, I don't want to do a non-profit, you know. And I told him I didn't want to do no non-profit. You got to have this, you got to have that, you got to have, you know, a secretary, a I said, Lord, I don't want to do that. And he said, well, no. He said, I want it to be a nonprofit. I want you to go talk to the superintendent over the Assembly's God. Okay. So what you may not know, some of you may not know that I am a credentialed or ordained minister, credentialed with the Assemblies of God. And me and my husband, we pastor together. And so he said to me, the Lord said to me, he said, go talk to them and tell them about your dream. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, they live out of town. I said, so how am I supposed to talk to them? And I knew he wanted me to talk to them face to face. And so I'm thinking to myself, well, we usually have a women's retreat in the fall. So this was around April or May or something like that. And I said, well, I'll just share it with them, you know, at the women's fall retreat. And so as days went by, I kept thinking to myself, I kept feeling you need to email them. And I was sharing it with my husband. He was like, well, what you waiting on? Going to email them. And I said, okay. So now I'm telling you how things work. You know, it's amazing. So I emailed them on Friday. I emailed their secretary because I didn't have their email address. They close early on Friday. They don't open up on Monday. They open up on Tuesday. So Tuesday, I got their email. I emailed them, told them I had this dream. God want me to share it with you. they emailed me back that same day and said, well, we're going to be in Omaha tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, wait. wait. This is just too quick. This is too quick for me. And so they came to Omaha the next day. I shared my dream with them, and they were like, yeah, we could see you doing this and all this kind of stuff. Very encouraging. And I'm the type of person that I like to have all my ducks in a row. I like everything organized. And it was so good that they said to me, don't wait until you get everything, all your paperwork together. Don't wait until you get all that. Start now. Get your women together now and start. And I needed to hear that, And so, I was just led to put all this stuff together. And then I'm going to tell you something else. You know what? Oh my goodness. When there is a dream in your heart and, there is a way to make that dream come to pass. There is a way. And all you need to do is just be determined. Don't wait for people to educate you. Educate yourself. You know what? I found information about how to write, my bylaws, and I just started studying all the information I needed to know about how to start a nonprofit. And so, my husband had wrote bylaws, and so I'm like, okay, well, I knew he knew something, I knew something. We put our knowledge together and we came up with, something. And I searched things out and all this kind of stuff. The best way to do things, to follow your dream, is research. Research everything there is to know about, what your dream is all about before you get started. And so that's what I did. And, God just led me and hooked me up with, the right people. Now, let me tell you something. We had our first workshop up at UNO. Now, UNO, they allow you to have, if you're a nonprofit, they allow you to have your events for free. So look at that. So I was able to do that. I was able to take a donation for the food and stuff that we, and it was enough money to apply for our 501c3, because at first when I looked at it, I was like, there ain't no way, where am I going to get it? It was like $400 and some dollars. I'm like, where am I going to get that from? But we came up with the money, but look, when it was time to apply for it, it was only $275. Okay? So then when we applied for it, I'm going to tell you something, that's not normal. When you apply for your 501c3, it usually takes about 6 months to a year before they approve you. We were approved in 2 weeks. 2 weeks we were approved. I was like, oh my goodness, you are really showing that, yes, you have established me. And he told me, he said, there are some things you're going to have to do to establish yourself. Okay? So, there are things that we have to do to establish ourselves. So I want to encourage you today to follow your dream. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how young you are. If you have a dream in your heart, don't die with that dream in your heart. Fulfill that dream in your heart. And yes, it's going to be difficult sometimes, but that's where perseverance come in at. That's where you focus more on, your purpose than you focus on the work itself, trying to get established. There's always going to be people that are going to be for you. There's always going to be people that are not going to be for you. And I'll tell you something else too. You know, a lot of people that you think are going to be for you are not always going to be for you. But you know, you're not in it for them. You're in it because there's been something placed inside of your heart to complete, to accomplish, because you have something to add to society. And you know what? Without you adding what you have to add, whoever that person is that would receive from you will never be able to enjoy whatever that is in your heart that you have to offer. And then you'll never feel really fulfilled in life if you don't go ahead and follow that dream. So, you know, Tea Time with Dorarena, use the wisdom that I'm giving you, and we'll talk more about it, you know, from, you know, all the stuff that, I mean, there's times where I've been really discouraged. I mean, there's, you know, people that I thought would be for me that wasn't for me. And, you know, when you're, for a lack of better word, climbing the corporate ladder, even though you're not really, that's not really what you're doing, you're just fulfilling your dream. You know, when you do that, you know, there are other people that, you know, they're just not going to be happy for you because they're not following their dream. You know, sometimes that's the reason. And sometimes, you know, I've said this before, that if you're going to go anywhere in life, you got to change your company. You got to change the people that you are around. Because chickens like to hang with chickens. Buzzards hang with buzzards. Eagles, they hang with eagles. And you know what? When an eagle goes up high, he goes up so high to a place where, you know, the oxygen gets thin, and all those that can't handle being up high, they fall down. They fall down. They can die up in that area because they're not ready for life like that. You know, there is a process that you have to go to in order for you to have the stability to sustain yourself and to go up higher. And so sometimes we got to let people go. They may be dear to our hearts, but we got to let them go because we need to fulfill the dream that is in our hearts to do. Okay? So I thank you for joining me today, and we will talk with you again next week. Until then, walk in wisdom. All right? Love you. Bye-bye.